Okay, so who wants to start? Not all of you in once.
How about you, Sora? How about you?
Okay.
How about you, Sora? Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, so the thing is, I was always thinking about doing stream for a very long time. And the thing is that I never had the chance to actually, I didn't do it because I was living in a two-room apartment. And it was like, like with a very small walls that you can actually hear your neighbors and stuff like that. And my internet was seriously bad. And I could not
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, so I cannot do any kind of streams or even think about streams. And that time I actually was more in the mindset of actually making YouTube videos. And I was actually I did try to make some YouTube videos, but then there was work and stuff like that. And I was just starting out as also as a Unity developer. And because it was like the place that I actually was working was a very far away place that it was like 2 hours that I have to go every time I'm going and back. So I didn't have any energy because I was coming back like 8 p.m. all the time in the evening. So I didn't want to do any kind of stream, and I was trying to do YouTube, and I didn't have an energy, and because I was kind of lazy. And then there was like the point when I actually manage to get a better job, get myself actually much more money and much more room, and have my own room and stuff like that. And because of that, I managed to actually go to a much more bigger apartment and have my own stuff. And because of that, I decided, yeah, you know what? I actually have a place of my own. I can definitely just I have the resources to actually get all those stuff. So I say myself, yeah, why not just get myself free VTuber? Just go to that free 3D VTuber thingy, VRoid Studio. You can just go and just create your own 3D avatar and stuff like that. So actually, the hair that you're seeing right now on my model is actually I make sure that the person that actually work on my 2D model, I actually told him that person that to make sure that at least the hair will be like that. And that is actually something that I actually imported from the 3D model. And mostly I actually been really enjoying creating content. I really enjoying just doing streams and stuff. I'm just really like the fact that you just can go live and just talk to any kind of random people and just have fun with everybody. Because it's right now I'm kind of living with you. I'm all alone. I have nobody right now. I have only myself right now. I don't live with anybody. I that started it. Yeah, so you live in an apartment with nobody, and you start talking to yourself, which definitely not make you absolutely crazy. And
talking to a mirror.
No, that's fine.
Talking to the man in the mirror.
Yeah, talking to the man in the mirror. Yeah, it just make things much more fun and definitely make things much more interesting in your life. VTubers are the same people that are watching other VTubers. So you have your audience that actually kind of splitting to any kind of place. So it depends on your luck about this kind of stuff sometimes. And sometimes you have to be very creative to actually get yourself views and stuff like that. For me, the person that actually, the VTuber that actually inspired me to actually doing any kind of streams was Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse is a really good. Yeah, Iron Mouse is. She was the first VTuber that I watched on stream. That definitely.
Mine was Monarch.
Makes sense. He's also a very good streamer. Also a good voice actor, by the way.
Yes,
and
indeed.
You're getting just as bad of a talker as Nathan. You guys are basically competing who talks more at this point. So I have to up my game if I even have to want to say anything.
Just let Sora and Nathan do a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong.
24-hour podcast.
Well, you're not wrong.
I mean,
The thing is, I did was trying to actually be quite creative with the stuff. I was actually trying to create movies with my friends and stuff. Yeah, well, there was a point when we actually did some kind of like a Spider-Man movie. I was like getting myself like a costume of Spider-Man, and we were trying to actually do a movie, and it was really bad and stupid, as you know, kids do.
That's probably very entertaining, though.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was
Yeah.
seriously cringe, and the thing is, I
Beautiful.
also were in when I was when I was a kid, I was also drawing comics. I was drawing so many comics, and I was back
dang.
then. I was so inspired by Digimon, any even Powerpuff Girls, Rayman, and all those stuff that was back then in the 90s, and all this kind of stuff. And I was so inspired by them, and also Beyblade. Yeah, I also
Love
did a comic
Beyblade.
with Beyblade. Yeah, Beyblade was awesome. I agree. And I was creating a lot of stuff with all that stuff, and at some point there was a point when then there was YouTube and stuff, and then I saw YouTube and I saw how interesting it was. Um, I didn't get to a point when I actually want to do videos, because my mindset was actually more in the direction of I want to program games, and I want to learn how to program and get to a point when I'm actually working for a company or being by myself and making a game. And that was the reason why right now I'm a Unity developer. So I don't work for any kind of game company or something like that, but I have been working on stuff, and I've also been involved in indie games and any kind of stuff like that. So I've been involved in stuff like that, and when I actually, and like I said, when there was a point when I saw that I have time for doing stream, and when I have time to myself a bit more, then I decided to do streams. When I was a kid, I would actually want to be a toy maker. I want to create toys, just toys, regular toys, box
That's
toys,
cool.
and stuff like that. I was actually
Oh,
just,
that's cool.
and there was a point when I was actually creating, like, this box games and stuff like that, with turns and stuff like that, because I was playing a lot of those when I was a kid, and I was have a lot of toys. I will all the time. I was annoying my parents to buy this toy and that toy and that toy and this toy. My parents know how annoying I was about buying every toy. I was always want to more buy Legos and stuff like that. But
Oh, I love Legos. We used to
what
have it
I love
too as well.
Bionicles. That was my
yeah,
thing. I
Bionicles
love
was
them.
awesome. I agree. Bionicles is absolutely awesome. I really like
I didn't
Bionicles.
have that. I did not have that. I just had the Lego bricks.
Oh, that's still cool. And at some point, there was a point when the first console that I actually played, although I did play some stuff before that, but the first official thing that I actually played was on PS1. The first console that I actually got was the PS1. And then after that, I never actually had any kind of Nintendo console until at least I only had a Game Boy Color, because only Game Boy Color was only the thing, Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, and that's the only thing that I was actually managed to get, because that's the only thing that I had in my country. Although after that they were released, they did get Wii and Wii U, but I didn't actually care about that, because I much more prefer the PS, PlayStation, and Xbox and stuff like that. So I only bought those consoles, and yeah, and that point when there were parts in my life when I was so depressed and stuff like that I didn't know what to do, and games kind of saved me in a way. And because how games kind of saved me and making my life much more fun and much more enjoyable, I actually changed my view on want to making toys, and to actually change it to I want to make games, because I want to contribute to this industry that actually made me feel belong, and also make me feel like I can enjoy with stuff and actually experience really creative stuff.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, go Shadow.
So, like first, let's start with a funny story. On my first kindergarten day, I escaped my kindergarten barefoot, like jumped over the fence and ran out, because I am not very sociable. I hate people, and I felt like I was in prison there. So like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. My mom's friend finds me on the street and brings me back to the kindergarten. I despised her for that. Next day, I go to my mom, get me a car, and I want to go away from here. I want to do a job. I know what I want to do for my life, and then I list up an entire freaking list of jobs I want to do. I want to become this. I want to become this. I want to become this. Game designer, hairdresser, Barbie, freaking like lots of things. Like later on, I decided, okay, I want to be an all-rounder. I want to try as much as freaking possible and see how it leads to. Maybe I'll become mash up something as a job. Who knows?
Yeah, when you're a kid, you're like that.
Yeah, my first console was the Game Boy Advance SP.
Okay.
My first game was Rayman, and I was very fascinated by it. Later on, I got a brother, and with him I had to share my console, and I hated that. Like, why did he have to bring this peasant into my life when it was good?
Peasant.
He ruined my life.
Peasant.
And also from there on, my father also became more aggressive and bossy towards me. He started hating me from there. But yeah, it was especially because my brother is a blonde with blue eyes, and he like, yeah, this is my prince. He gets everything, and I was basically trash and a slave from there on. That's besides the point. Later on, I focused on PlayStations and Nintendos, and the consoles, like the console base from Nintendo and Sony, basically. My first PlayStation console was the PS1. It started with the Game Boy Advance SP and the PlayStation 1, and I got basically any console from there on. Through my own hard-earned cash, my parents wouldn't just buy me stuff. I would have to earn it in a way, like with money. I have to earn the money to buy it myself.
Makes sense.
And
so somehow you have to get stuff, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And later on, when I was like around 16 years old, I was 16 years old in 2016. I've got my first laptop. And I found this site called YouTube. I binge watched it a lot. Like it became a daily habit of mine to check out YouTube. And I decided in this year, just after I had like insight on YouTube, like I want to become a YouTuber. I started making YouTube videos, but I didn't know what type of videos, so I just posted freaking everything that was on my mind. Reactions, gaming videos, I did an animation on my DS back in the day. I threw everything on my YouTube channel. Yes. But it didn't do too well, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing it for fun. Later on when coronavirus started, I did start TikTok. I was the third person that did a cosplay channel with the camion glasses.
Yeah.
I was the third one. I was the third one that actually got the glasses and did the videos before that became a trend.
I see. So that's the inspiration why you're using that tool now. I see. Because for those who don't know, Shadow in his TikTok is doing a lot of those type of videos when he's doing like an IRL video.
It started
like
my TikTok adventure. My TikTok adventure started with the camion glasses cosplay thing with my Spider-Man hoodie. That was my main go-to thing.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. There's.
Afterwards, like I kept evolving my costume or like my looks over time. The more I got stuff, like I added a scarf. Actually, I didn't have the Spider-Man hoodie before. I started with a black hoodie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Makes
and
sense also.
afterwards, I upgraded over like, oh, this is a better Spider-Man hoodie. Let's get that one. And then I added a scarf, and then this and that. I tried a cap, and I was like, no. Then I added new
I said before
OCs.
before the scarf you met me.
Yeah, that was way before I met you. I made OCs beside my main character that was supposed to represent me. Like, I started to have a phase where I was like torn personality-wise. So we had a guy that just wants to beat the living shit out of people, and the shy guy that was basically just trying to look out for people and be somewhat of a hero, which was basically basically not a hero. He was just fantasizing about it. Like, he wants to try and help people where he can, but everybody shuts him down, yada yada. And then there's the guy, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, I hate you, oh, you're kind of okay, and you suck. And afterwards I went over with several other characters that are unrelated to those two, like Arthur the Elf. We had several cosplays for Star Wars that was Star Wars related, Spider-Man suits. We had a wolf cosplay, like a half wolf, like humanoid wolf cosplay. I think I called him Yuki because he was like white, like his fur was white. Around that time when I was like on my peak, before I started becoming VTuber, I was scrolling on my For You page, and I saw this guy that was like making Minecraft skins. I'm like, oh, okay. Kept scrolling.
I wonder who that be.
Like, that's kind of cool, but just kept scrolling. A few years, like maybe 2 years later, I see the same guy doing a Camion cosplay video with introductions, my name, my age, my favorite color. And he was doing a Camion cosplay as well. I hit him up like, yo, you like Japan? I love Japan. I want to go there. and that's where I met Lior. That was him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We instantly became best friends after chatting for a little bit. Like, you're my best friend now. You have no choice.
Right.
You're still in story.
Lior is being held hostage. Send help.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we both kind of discovered, like around that time, I started watching VTubers, mostly Calliope Mori and Mr. Rias, and then we have Nianners.
Oh, Nianners is really good.
Yeah, she was very cringe,
streamer.
but that was the one of the first ones I actually got an impression of when the
there's actually
VTuber
a really
thing
good role
first
model.
started off, basically. And I was
Yeah,
like,
there's the really good
I
role
can-
models
like,
as a
yeah.
VTuber.
And my reaction was, I can be an anime boy on the internet. I was
Yes.
like, yes, that's what I want to be. I'm gonna do that. And then I started making myself. I tried to absorb as much information as possible how to do this. And then I started to make myself a free model on Vroid, like you, Sora. Afterwards, I was like, yeah, this looks kind of cool and stuff, but I don't like 3D. How do I become more anime, like 2D? I love 2D more. So, I commissioned someone on Fiverr to make myself a 2D VTuber model, and relearned it with the VTube Studio and all that. Yeah, and it really got off topic of what I actually wanted. It looked cool. I used it for a while, but it was not what I wanted. I kept the scarf and the Spider-Man hoodie theme for that one, but it wasn't what I wanted. They didn't get the skin color right and yada yada. And then at some point I was like, okay, I need to try to find someone that can give me exactly what I want. Also, I should get more original and go away from the Spider-Man hoodie theme. And that's what you get today.
I see. Okay.
And
Yeah, we have a shout out
like I
today.
said,
Yay.
no, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. So you
Oh,
know,
okay.
I started with YouTube videos. Like in 2001, I discovered there was like streamings, people streaming, and I was like, that would increase the amount of content I can push out on my YouTube channel. And then I was trying to figure out how to do that. I started streaming then on YouTube. I didn't know about Twitch yet. Like a year after that, I was like, what is Twitch? And I started doing that. Still struggling with Twitch. It's not my main platform, but I'm still trying to figure it out. And like,
Yeah, I
I'm
noticed that
streaming on
your
it on a
main
daily
platform-
basis, but YouTube will always stick with me, bro.
Yeah, I noticed that
Yeah.
YouTube is definitely your main bread and butter when it's come to your streaming stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm still that I see most of your people that pretty much watching your videos or your stream are mostly on the chat on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I
Do
started
that
the
anyone-
streamings, I deleted it. Like when I started TikTok, I deleted everything on my YouTube channel. By the way, all my videos that I had to like around Corona time, I deleted my entire videos. I kept the channel, but I deleted the videos to restart it as a gaming channel because I finally knew what I wanted to do.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you want to know how it sounded like in the beginning? I was stuttering so much. I was basically saying after every word.
Well,
was so weird.
well, I think it makes sense because not all of us are like talkative people. Most of the people that start in stream are pretty much introvert people that don't talk with a lot of people. And the fact that we are trying to evolve ourselves in a way that we are when we are not, well, we went from not talking a lot from talking a lot to other people is something like a very big jump. Like we are being thrown into a water that you have to get to a point when you're actually talking. Because if you're not, well, you can guess how this is gonna go.
Now I'm trying to figure out stuff more with how to bring my ideas over to you guys with words because my brain works with pictures. It's hard to make a picture in your head and then figure out how the words work.
Yeah, and the funny thing, I actually can understand that. And the thing is that when I was a kid, actually, I people were thought that I'm a real easy target to bullied.
One thing that did help me get through elementary school was the fact that I was watching a lot of YouTube videos when I was little. And one time, I actually started filming some stop motion Legos. Well,
Aw,
not
that's
stop
cool.
motion. I made some I made a bit of a stop motion video where I was playing with a Yoshi set of Lego. It wasn't an official set; it was from Lego blocks.
Oh,
okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we didn't have money. Lego was expensive back in my time, and I couldn't
Lego's still
afford the
expensive.
official ones.
It even
Lego's
got
still
more
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, I was doing some Lego stop motion videos, and then lately, I was really into Minecraft, so I started doing some of these as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lego videos was what were good because they were very funny, and when people were people in my school started watching it, it was actually really interested in it, and it kind of made me a little bit popular, at least for a while,
Mm-hmm.
at least
Okay.
a little bit, not that much.
Okay.
Okay. But then I kind of stopped because I don't know. I guess because I was a kid, I didn't really fully got into the entire content creation thing just yet. I discovered that I have very good talent with art, and people really liked it. Also,
Mhm.
by the way, between middle school and high school, that's when bullying stopped. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, that's good. That's
Okay,
good.
that's
It's
good that
when
it
bullies
stopped.
yeah, that's from after elementary school, people started getting more friendly towards me. I actually, I was a little bit more happier, but I still had anxiety, Anyway, that's when in high school I also discovered I was learned that there's this app called TikTok. It used to be Musically, but it was like more more like a short video filming program that
Yeah, that
a lot
was
of people
like
would use.
That's
and that was
nostalgic to
probably
hear.
that was probably around Corona time as well. That's when Musical.ly turned into TikTok.
Yeah.
Hearing that name
Actually,
again
that
is
was
just
for me. It was
nostalgic.
a little bit a lot. At least for me, it was also actually a little bit earlier before the COVID. I was actually watching some Lauren Seaside videos, and of her doing some TikTok videos because of some memes on the internet. I think it was. But anyways,
Vine? Was it maybe Vine?
no, it was TikTok.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so then I was filming the video just because I wanted to, one day, and with my room changing colors and stuff, and it got a lot of views, so I kept doing that, all these videos sometimes with my hands, even with a Cosmo robot that I had,
Mm-hmm.
and then it all started when I saw a gacha, people making gacha animations. And yes, I played Gacha Club. Sue me.
Okay.
I used to a lot. I still do,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah. But that's basically what got me very famous, because I just did gacha animations a lot, and they were funny and people loved it. I guess I always had a sense for content creation in a way or another, but when gacha animations were kind of how it started my journey, and that was close to like. And I also started doing some art, and my bestie knows I also did Minecraft skins. I then started seeing that people were actually doing cosplays a lot, and I got interested in it. The cosplays at the cameo and stuff. But that was before I met my bestie Shadow. That was actually other people like a TikToker called Gunskug or like Static, and there were a lot of them, and I decided I want to become part of this too. So I bought the cheapest type of
Camera glasses?
Yeah, because camera glasses were so expensive. Like,
They kind
I
of
couldn't
were.
afford them to
I
myself.
just happened to stroll about on them when they first dropped, when they were cheaper at a convention in London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
One second.
Like I said, it was before it was popular.
Yeah.
What is it
But
called?
anyway, I started doing cosplaying, and that was actually during COVID. Like, I started doing cosplay videos. I created my first OC. I called him Orion, and he was like an angel cyborg. And then some art. I did some art. I did some this, some that, some micro skins. I really got into content creation a lot during that time, and I didn't feel like, honestly, cosplaying and doing TikTok videos and all. It just didn't feel like I was doing something that was actually me during content creation, because my point in content creation was to try to be someone that I can inspire other people. My whole entire motive is my whole entire motive is about to motivate people to not give up on themselves and believe in themselves more. And I didn't feel like I was inspiring anyone. I was just making them laugh, but I didn't feel like it was enough. I also didn't feel like I was exactly me, because, well, all I was doing was basically doing some skits or do some music. It didn't feel like it was enough. And that's when I first stumbled upon VTubing. And my first VTuber was actually Monarch. He was at first I thought he was just being, he was doing some sort of being elegant.
Yeah, she was singing. She was mostly singer before that, actually. She mostly
she was a singer before. Yeah, she was a singer before, but mostly I thought she was just like an elegant person, she's not that entertaining. But then the more I saw her, I realized how chaotic she really is, and how much. And then I also found about Sayu and another VTuber called Popomot, which is basically a furry VTuber.
Okay.
And I met and saw so many other VTubers, and then I realized that this is what I want to do. I can be myself and actually inspire people while not having to show the real life me. Most of what I was worried about content creation was the fact that you have to show who you are through content creation, and that's something that I kind of was nervous about. And still want to do it anyway somehow, but after I discovered that VTubing was an option, I decided to go to that, and I designed my first VTuber that you guys know.
Oh, by the way, I want to add something. Me and Leo started VTubing together, basically.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I basically met Bessie after I created him a Minecraft skin. And
okay. So you were in on it. Everybody have some stock in the market about how they're going to start. Yeah, just putting some money on the side of who's going to succeed more and stuff like that. And then you had the bet.
No.
Do you remember what we first collabed on? Our very first collab? Remember what game it was?
What was it?
Minecraft. Hypixel.
All right, Minecraft. I started collabing with other people. Then I decided I want to upgrade my model to fit more my lore. So, so you have the VTuber that I have in front of you today, and I'm affiliated. And
Yep.
There you have it.
Yay!
Yeah. By the way, congratulations on being affiliated. By the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Congratulations on the affiliate.
Celebration for affiliate on Thursday. Let's go.
The Tale of Mr. Hero. Where do I even begin? Okay.
Yes, the Tale of
I know where
Mr.
to
Hero.
start this. So it started
From the
in
mountains of-
2013 when me and my cousin were playing Minecraft and we were watching a Stampy video.
Oh.
If you know
Oh
Stampy.
my god, Stampy!
Stampy, yeah. We were watching his theme park video and then we decided, let's build a theme park. So we literally built a theme park in Minecraft. And the first video I made, it was like Minecraft on the old box TV and all of that.
Oh, I missed the box TVs with the
box
VHS
TV,
tapes.
and
yes,
the
the
Xbox
box
360
The Tale is
and all of
time.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
And we recorded our first video. We never really posted it because like we just did it for the fun of it, really. And then after that, I'm trying to remember what my actual first content was. What was the first game I played? I think it was a sniper game on my phone.
Sniper game.
It was a sniper game on my phone. And I did like one video on it, and that was it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I'll go from there. I went to Gacha Life, obviously, and started doing animations. And that was when I met my best friend. I call him a brother because he is a brother to me. His name is DashX. He is another Gacha content creator. And me and him basically decided, okay, let's chat on Discord for a bit. We did. We became best friends from there, and we started making a series together called Breaker Multiverse. And basically what that was is 6 warriors went into the multiverse and all that, Dragon Ball, Naruto, etc., etc. And yeah, went from there, and then we started implementing voice acting, so I was a voice actor for a few of the episodes.
No, really?
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That's very
Yeah.
cool.
And then I went on a little phase of doing Shadow the Hedgehog voice acting. I can't
fuck
do it
yeah.
anymore.
Love Shadow.
I've
Love
lost
him.
my Shadow voice, unfortunately, so that idea went down the chute very quickly.
I know.
And then
Why
I
that
had
happened?
to quit YouTube because I had major exams and stuff like that, so I had to
Makes
that was
sense.
the year where I had to properly lock in with all the studying and stuff like that.
Well, my
Understandable.
school years, I
It's
was
always
like,
understood.
fuck school. I'd rather play Game Boy or do YouTube.
Yeah, so I stopped making YouTube videos for
You're a very good example,
or two.
this Shadow.
I know.
You are a very good example, Bestie.
I know I'm not. Don't,
You're a good
don't
influence.
do not follow my example. Just do as I say, not as I do.
Bestie's not a good example, don't follow him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
Anyway,
Yeah, continue.
I stopped making content for like a year, and then 2020 when the lockdown started, I came back because
Yeah,
I was
but
like,
wasn't it
I'm at
2020,
home, why would I do schoolwork? From there, I started making more Nintendo games side of things. Also played mobile games like Dragon Ball Legends and stuff like that,
Dual
included
jump.
with the gacha animating. Yeah.
Dual jump.
From Minecraft to Dragon
Yeah.
Ball.
Yeah, and then
Clash
I
of
started playing
Clans.
Minecraft as well. Yep, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale was a good one as well.
It was okay compared to Clash of Clans.
Oh yeah,
Didn't really
compared to
get
Clash
into
of
it.
Clans. Yeah, and from there really, that's when it took off a little bit. That's when I first got 100 subscribers, and then I decided to go on Twitch, and the first streamer I watched was Nathan. So when I moved, I couldn't stream for a couple of months because getting new Wi-Fi completely messed up everything. And then I carried on with YouTube content, tried to stream a couple of months later, didn't work, tried again, successful one stream, and then...
Back to dog shit.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much. And then maximum 2 viewers. And then...
Oh.
I thought, okay, I'm doing all the popular games and they're not working, what can I do? And then I realized, why don't I do something I actually enjoy? Skylanders. And that is when Mr. Hero came to light. I changed the name, pretty much rebranded everything to Mr. Hero, and started making Skylanders content. And ever since that day, everything just shot up. I went from getting 2 viewers minimum to having like 10.
Sheesh, man.
Awesome.
That's nice. Really
And-
awesome to hear.
I was getting raids left and right from other bigger Skylanders content creators. I've been in collabs with... I mean, I've spoken to one of the biggest Skylander content creators. Not FGTV, but of the modern day, if you know what I mean.
For context for me that they have no idea about those kind of stuff, do you know who is that?
Oh, his name was Boombringer. I had enough story time, but I got an extra one. So I used to... So on YouTube, I played a bit of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And in the Lost Woods, the Koroks call you Mr. Hero. And I decided... And I was thinking about it. I listened to it a couple times. It said Mr. Hero, and I was like, interesting name.
That's
And that's how it
cool.
went. And then after that, I heard it again, and I was like, right, I'm using that as YouTube. Nintendo, sue me.
I can actually understand that. Actually, I'm actually kind of the same. I was actually kind of close to do something similar to that. The thing is, I was a very big Jack and Dexter fan, and I was so big fan of Jack and Dexter that every time I have the naming thing of a character, I will always write Jack.
Narrative Dexter.
Yeah, no. So it was actually if I just in the last second I actually decided to Sora because I thought that I want to be much more original in the name, so I actually decided to go with Sora from Kingdom Hearts instead of Jack from Jack and Dexter because it just felt too much like Jack. It felt kind of weird.
Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, and I decided I will go with Sora. I think that make much more nicer. And I can definitely get that. Okay.
Pretty much when I was a kid, maybe like 2010 or I don't know, maybe I was like 4 years old. I think I had like my first like PlayStation 1. I was introduced to like mainly gaming just through like a lot of my family and cousins. Because I like literally the only thing I had was like a PlayStation. That was it. And I didn't have any games because back then, you had to buy a save card. You had to buy video games. And then I never had a save card and I didn't have any money. So it was like, okay, I just have a console.
Yeah, back in the day, I had the games, but no save card.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you could play the game straight off the disc and not have to download.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of discs that I bought
miss those
myself
days.
with my own hard-earned
much
money.
easier.
Okay. Crash. Okay. Crash. Yes.
So essentially, I never got to own like really any games or consoles. Every like any video game I got for the PlayStation, I got it just hand me downs from my cousins because
No,
we couldn't afford any video games. Because even the
understandable.
console itself was just like a gift from like a father that's not in my life.
Oh,
So it's just like, oh, here's a
Thank-
console, bye.
Wow,
So
okay.
everything I had was just like hand me downs. So any PlayStation games I had, hand me downs. Then eventually I just used everyone else's console. And that's how I got, learning anything at all about video games and just enjoying them. So then later on in life, I think maybe when I was like 10, 11 or 12, something like that, I got like super creative into just making stuff. I used to love like Iron Man, like how he
Oh.
made his suits and how like his repulsor was made a specific way and all these cool parts. So I just like
We're talking about the
binge like
Marvel.
the
We're talking
internet.
about the movie.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Marvel Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Because
Um,
what I'm asking is because there was actually an Iron Man show and there's Iron Man movie.
I love Armored
yeah.
Warriors, I think is
There
what
are
it is, or
also the
Armored
comics.
something.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, comics are good.
Of course.
Yeah. So then
Give me with your tail.
essentially because of a lot of like the Marvel movies, I got like into the internet more. And that's when I like discovered like YouTube and like how to make stuff on YouTube. Like, oh, you can get a piece of cardboard and print out a piece of paper and like they'll like print out the design. So you're able to like replicate like a fictional, like, what like props are? You guys do
Oh,
Yeah.
like cosplay, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so like in a sense, it would like me. I would try to like cosplay as like Iron Man.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
I would
that's
like
cool.
spend my
Yeah, that's
weeks
cool.
just binging videos and trying to find a way to. I didn't even know how to print out paper. I would like try to draw it out, and I'd make so many things. I'd try to make my own stuff, and like eventually, I guess it just got like too much for like my parents, and they essentially were just like, you have too much crap. You're drawing like crazy. I feel like you're wasting time. So they decided to grab
Alright.
everything I
I know
ever
that.
made, all my drawings, they put it in a trash bag and threw it out.
Oh boy.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Curiosity.
boy. Be
Also,
sarcastic.
by the way, I really liked inventing stuff back in the day. So my first thing I built was ice cream robot out of paper, cardboard, and sticky tape.
Oh, I did that as well
Nice.
at school.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
That was one of
yeah,
my
yeah. That
projects.
reminds me. That reminds me.
That
I
was
would
not
use
a
to
school
make things
project.
out of
I just
Legos.
basically thought about it, like, yo, what can I invent? And I just started doing
Robot.
it. Robot that's dispense ice cream
Paper
out of their
robot.
hand.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
You designed Circus Baby. That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah, I used to make vending
people,
machines out of
people.
Legos.
Hey, crash. It's crash talk. now.
Right.
It's it's crashing down.
It's okay. It's
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. Essentially, just to like speed run it a bit. Get into a lot of YouTube, watching like epic rap battles of history. Watch like
Oh, that's
PewDiePie,
awesome.
I love
Markiplier.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Since I couldn't
Nostalgia.
create anything, that I just started
All
to
the
binge.
nostalgia is coming back to me now.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Watching PewDiePie and Markiplier and all these different creators, it would be amazing. And
Yeah, they're definitely.
those guys are like my huge inspiration.
the good
just
days.
Yeah, they're a
being
really big
creative.
inspiration to a lot of content creators.
Those were the
A
good
lot.
old days.
Especially gaming.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they were awesome. It was like the peak of YouTube. Like everybody, especially since like like you could say whatever you want on YouTube, pretty much.
Yeah, good old
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, that was that's really that's not a that's not a really good stuff that has been done back in YouTube and
I'm glad Crash
stuff.
talk, bro.
Crash, continue.
Yeah,
Don't listen to them.
yeah, Crash,
No, you're
continue, please.
I kept watching. I forgot what I think they were called like MD Mobile or Media Mobile. I don't know what they were called,
Mhm.
but I kept like
think I know who
binge
you're talking
watching
about.
them on creating different props. It was always like my thing where I just loved creating props. It was so much fun.
Hmm.
But every time I made
Mhm.
something, it was just thrown away. Then I
Aw.
eventually just got
No.
into video
That's
games.
annoying.
Loved it. loved the Xbox 360 and all that fun. And I'm trying to. Eventually, middle school came. A couple of my friends got into like making like comic books because it was like a bigger thing back then. Like, oh, we'd get comic books and read them and like imagine yourself being that character.
Oh yeah.
So we used to make comic books as a kid. Beyblades were amazing. They were like the
Oh,
coolest
yeah.
Beyblades.
thing in the
Understand,
world.
yeah.
Beyblades. Oh, they're
Yeah.
beautiful things.
I made like 2 or 3 comics myself, like a page, and I wrote
Mm.
puns in it. I was like 4 around there.
All the jokes you could think of.
Mm,
Yes,
I see.
some of them were cheese related.
Of course.
Okay, Chaos, continue.
Chaos.
Let's continue.
Chaos.
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 Chaos continue.
Yeah.
Chaos control.
Emeralds. Yes.
I love it. Chaos continue.
Uh,
Anyway, Crash. Go for it.
Crash.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
um,
my brain stopped working for a
No,
second.
you're good. I love it. I love giving people those good memories of it as a kid, especially those
Yeah.
eras. It was so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many good stuff
essentially
back
got
then.
into Beyblades, comic books, trying to figure out, like, hey, I'm like a super creative person, and you have the people in your life that are trying to like put it in your head that you will never get anywhere with that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Those are just those types
Like
of
me
people.
writing
Yeah.
a lot of potential game scripts for Pokemon games.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I wanted to send it to Nintendo, but with that age, I didn't know how to do it.
that would be awesome. Imagine they're like, oh, this is a really good script. Like, so how much can we buy it off you?
Whatever.
youngest
Money
producer of a
didn't.
Nintendo
Money
game.
didn't mean anything to me. I just wanted the games to be like that. I was like,
Yeah, I
this
just wa-
would
I
have
just
been
want
so
you guys
much
to make a
better
good
if we
game.
put this in the games.
Yeah, I just want you guys to make
Yeah.
a better game. So
yeah.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
basically.
Yeah, which they're not kind of listening right now, if you ask me. They know how to actually make game fun. That I will give to Nintendo. But the thing is that they don't always make sure that it will be 100% absolutely awesome all the time. Like,
Money.
because money.
It's
Yes.
always
Yes,
Everything
money.
geared
Money.
towards
Money.
children. Every
It's
not
like
awesome,
game
it's
is
just
just
money
based
grab,
off
bro.
of for children.
Yeah.
Minecraft
That's what
movie.
Nintendo is.
Okay, Crash, do you have more thing to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Go.
No.
We have time.
Essentially got into comic books, got into YouTube, watched Smosh, watched a whole bunch of different creators. I had like a YouTube channel. I played a lot of mobile games and like screen record myself. Eventually there was like an app called Live. It was like a purple app with like a star.
Yeah, I know what one you mean.
Used to like live stream myself, literally just like riding my bikes, just whatever, because I just love doing anything creative. And eventually tried to do YouTube. Didn't really work out because starting out, you don't even know what the heck to do.
Yeah.
You don't really have equipment. You just got a phone and you're just recording anything. And
Yeah, when you're starting
eventually,
those kind of stuff, you never know what you actually want to do. Everybody actually, I think everybody here can definitely vouch for the fact that even though they're thinking like they know
They
what
do
they're
nothing
doing,
to help as small content creators.
yeah, we're still continuing doing some random stuff. Thank you for the love, by the way, Samasha. And everybody,
Yes, thanks, Maza.
and everybody just trying to figure out what they still want to do, because you probably can just out of nowhere, when you continue doing content, you can actually find yourself just doing A, and then you figure out you actually want to enjoy more doing actually B, and then you're actually doing more B. And that's kind of stuff that I think happens to everybody.
literally, like, when I was a kid, I'll never forget the first day I did like my first YouTube video. In my head, I always thought no one, like only a specific type of person or like company was allowed to make a YouTube channel. I didn't know it was like free or like you were able to just make it anytime you want. I thought like, oh, you have to be like famous or something to like even make a YouTube channel, because I didn't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Lol.
made content. Those things are all private now on a whole different other channel. But getting to what I am now, I eventually, work was mainly my entire life, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Been working for like almost 10 years straight. It fucking sucks. But I've always wanted to do something creative. That's been my main thing for years since I was a kid. I was just like, I've always wanted to be either a YouTuber or just a social media person because it's just so much fun to create videos and help people. It's so much fun.
I agree. It's really fun to do
So-
content. It's always fun.
Hell yeah. And just learning
All
like,
I
oh my God, you
wanted
can do
to
this on
do
your
was
phone.
be myself, be accepted as who I am, and make friends that way. And the only way was online.
Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree. I think
I did. By the way, I did not see myself as a human at any point of time.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
My mom
Uh,
kept reminding me that she thinks I'm an alien. Something.
That's awesome.
I think.
Call me. I would love to be an
Yeah.
alien or even be
Yeah.
called it. Yeah, you're a fucking alien, mate. Hell yeah, I'm a freaking alien. You're just mad because you're a fucking boring. Now later on in my adulthood, since I've always wanted to do something creative, eventually I think I don't know who I just kept looking up like how to do like faceless content because I never wanted to show my face.
Mhm.
That's just one insecurity about me that I just, even though like people have told me like, oh, you don't even look bad, it's just my mind just tells me like, bro, you're not good to look at, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say it in like a bad way. So I kept looking, oh, how to start a faceless channel, like how to start a YouTube channel without showing your face. And then VTubing popped up and I was like, what the frick is VTubing? Like, what the hell is this? And I watched a bunch of different YouTubers and eventually, I forgot his name is like Thor Lore, something like that. He looks like a red octopus. I went on Twitch and he was like the first person I saw and I just kept asking him questions and he was just like super nice. Same thing, I think Kenji, right? That's like another, he's like super famous. I commented a couple times and he was giving me advice too. I was just like, oh my God, like, you know what? Frick it, I'll try it. You know, I first tried to make my own, didn't like how it came out. Eventually, I just went on like Etsy and found this paper bag fuck you're talking to for like a couple bucks. And I was like, oh, you know what? This seems pretty cool. I like how, you know, he's kind of different from everyone else. Because everyone else is like super like complex. You know, everyone has their cool suit.
Wanna
Like,
keep it simple and
style.
stand out that way. Good go.
And yeah, the way I got my name Crash was I used to like all I kept thinking was like I used like ChatGPT to like help me come up with names. And I wanted to be Shadow. That was one of them. Definitely wanted to have a Shadow name.
Very overused.
Yes. So then I was just like, oh, what is a cool name that I could think of? And then I thought of a show that they used to have on Disney XD that was called Crash and Bernstein. And I was like, oh, Crash and Bernstein. That's like that's a cool show. And then I thought of, oh, Crash Bandicoot. And I was like, oh, can I do Crash Bandicoot? Nope, it's already taken. So then I just went through a line of Crash names and then I got like Crash Showcase. And then that's my name. That's why it's like Crash SHW is supposed to mean like showcase at the end. But it's just, I don't want Crash Showcase to be a whole big name because it just looks weird. So I just put Crash SHW.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I'll be honest, I don't see any others named Mr. Hero, so I think I made a good choice with my name.
Or you did it at the right time.
Why is your OCI guy with a bag on his head?
Oh.
I guess, well, first, because it was cheap. I'm going to be so honest with you. When I was going into VTubing, I did not know what I wanted. I saw everyone else having this, like, awesome creative models, and I kept, like, going through Etsy. There was so many. I could have been Shadow the Hedgehog if I really wanted to. And I chose, like, the back.
I feel like my Shadow the Hedgehog way before you, if you could.
Yeah.
I had I loved how like the guy with the bag over his head just looks so cool because it's just like you can't see me, you know. I don't want you. That's like the whole premise of like why I even do VTubing is because I hate seeing my face. It's like the one thing I hate about myself. So I guess the bag over my head is just like a good indicator. It's just like you're never gonna see my face. It's just always covered. I guess I don't know.
You're gonna catch me.
That's also me with my issue. Like everybody tells me I'm an alien, yada yada. That's how I feel like, basically. And then I see this human thing in the mirror. I'm like, the fuck is this? Get rid of my eyes.
What is this creature?
What is this creature? This is not me. What the heck is this?
What is this creature?
Since then, I just
Darn
felt
it.
it's like a universe trying to fucking kill me at any moment. That's why I'm avoiding mirrors.
Okay.
I just wanted to dig out one more thing.
Go for it.
So, I did not know anything about VTubing, streaming, anything like that. The one thing that I just find so insane about the VTuber PNG, like any type of community, is how crazy people are just so nice. And I never
I agree.
understood it